Hello, good morning, y'all. I thought this day would never come. I have been holding on to these for quite a while, at least these two original. This Blush Hour duo is new. I think this just came out maybe for the holiday season. So this Blush Hour collection is actually quite new. The ones that have been out, which I featured on my channel before, but I've never made an actual video for, was for the Midi Palettes. These are from Ofra Cosmetics. They have a cream blush, a matte blush, and a highlighting blush. Let's see, I think it has the same, I think it has more or less the same kind of information. And natural and radiant blush, make it the powder blush. Let's top it off with a Blushlighter. Okay, so we have the two original ones that came out first were these two, because you can see they're in their individual packaging, and it was Cotton Candy Skies and Sunset Dreams. When these came out, I wasn't too interested. Let's start off with the first one I ever got. This is the Cotton Candy Midi Palette. I got this palette first. There's something about this that I was really interested in, and I don't know why I really wanted it. I just really wanted this, and I don't know why. Like I said, this is Cotton Candy Skies. Blush with delight using the sweet and sparkly Cotton Candy Skies Midi Palette with its compact size and full mirror. Elevate your cheek game with ease using one or all three unique blushes. Like a Fairytale Whisper, Cream Blush Dreamy creates a natural and radiant flush that easily blends into the skin. Bake it with the powder blush in Pink Clouds or use it on its own for a soft and romantic look. Top it all off with the show-stopping Blushlighter Sugar Rush that adds a mesmerizing radiance to your complexion. So here it says cream blush, blushlighter, powder blush. And on the back, it'll have the ingredients, and it tells you the names of the shades for each one. That's pretty much what it is, and you'll be surprised. Let's see if we can cover this up with this. Y'all, I've been using this, y'all. I think I've had it for almost 2 years now. And she is quite loved. This is the palette. I'm pretty sure I've never featured this palette. You may have seen me use it. I've never, like, properly have talked about it. I'm pretty sure these shades are, as you can see from there, like magnetic. Actually, I'm not sure if these are necessarily magnetic. I don't think these ones are magnetic. They might just have this little port right here because Ofra does provide refillable packaging, and they provide refills. So you can actually, I believe, buy just the singles for this to replace it if you ever run out. So you could like rip this out and then glue a new one in. But I don't think these are actually magnetic because I just tried to pop some out and I can't pop them out, and I don't know if that's just my own weakness or if they're actually not magnetic, and I don't want to find out if there's actually just glue under there and ruin my palette. But if you can see here, this is one of the few makeup items, like, can you see that dip in here? Like, this palette began my love of cream blush. I had never used cream blush before. I was actually really nervous to use cream blush, and I got this palette and I absolutely fell in love. I love the way cream blush looks. It just melts into the skin and it looks so smoothing, and I just really love it. I love cream blush. This is, out of the 4 palettes I'm going to show right now, this is my most used, most loved palette. Like, you can see that dip in there. I don't usually create dips in a lot of my makeup because I have so much makeup. So all my makeup gets used like possibly every couple days, every couple weeks, every couple months, depending on what it is. You can tell from that dip there, I come back to this palette a lot. And I really do try to, use what I have as much as I am buying makeup. I do try to make sure that I'm actually using it and loving it, but this one, I absolutely adore, and I'm going to swatch all of these for you. So here is the cream. I like the cream. I like the powder. You can see how dirty my palette is. She is used. And then we have this blush light. This is what I thought. I made a video about the Jeffree Star kind of blush. Like, what did he call them? He has something similar, a similar blush lighter, right? Like, I really thought it was going to be more blush and less highlighter, and his is more highlighter than blush. This is such a good mixture of both. This is what I was expecting. A colored highlighter. I was expecting a more like actual colored highlighter. This is what I was expecting from the Jeffree Star ones, and it was so much more of a highlighter than a colored blush or even like a colored like highlight. So we're gonna start with this pink. Here is the cream. Oh my god, it feels so nice on the skin. We have the powder. It's a lot lighter. Definitely does feel more romantic. Let's build it up a little. And then we have the blush light. Do you see how the blush light is almost as bright as the other two? That's what I was expecting when I bought from Jeffree Star. That's not what I got. So if you were also expecting that, which some people apparently were like, duh, Heather, that's not what they're supposed to freaking look like. I was expecting that because that's what I got from Ofra. So you can see here, like, I love these. I love some with the blush light. You don't even need it. I personally, unless you're like an absolute blush lover fanatic, but I use the blush light by itself because it already has color in it. So if I'm using it, I'm using it very sparingly. I think out of everything in here, I use on all of them, I use the cream the most, the shimmer, the blush light formula the least, and the powder is my second favorite. I always go for cream first. I just love it. So that was the Cotton Candy Skies. I love her. And she came out with her sibling, Sunset Dreams. Sunset Dreams, same kind of packaging, similar kind of, you know, story in the back. Oh, let's talk about the names. Do we have this here? No, they don't have a... So on this one, they have kind of dumbed down the ingredients. So in this one, you're going to find so many of the ingredients on the pink one, but on this orange one, the ingredients are a lot less, and it has this description instead that's not on this one called What's Inside, and it tells you Sundown is a cream orange, Radiant is an orange shimmer blusher, and Orange Sky is a matte pressed orange. So interesting how that changed when they came out at the same time, but the information on the back is different. Just slightly different. Just pointing it out. But now we have this one. Same kind of outside packaging. I guess what's on the outside of that other palette is what's on the outside of the actual palette. And we're gonna uncover the same thing. This is a lot darker. And I think they come out basically with two. So for the pink is going to be for your fair skinned to medium skin. That's my recommendation. Obviously you can wear what you want. I own all of these and I like all of them. This is a lot more intense. This orange one is more for like medium to deep skin, I feel. Like they're a lot darker. I still have it. I feel like the last time I used this a lot for Halloween time. Like actual, like my Halloween looks, my October looks. That's usually when I have this out. I've had it out for a while now because I'm trying to use it more. But she's a deep one. This one's a little bit harder to use with the cream, but the highlight in here is really pretty. I think I actually use the powder a lot more in this one. Let's do again. We got our cream, powder, and then our shimmer. Go in with powder again. Alright. You can see there that this is a lot more of an intense look than this pink. But I like them all very well. Oop, I'm getting some product on my box. I do try to keep everything as clean as I can, as much as you can totally see. Like this has also been, like this is used. You can see it's not completely clean. This one has maybe the lightest kind of dip, but definitely not as visible as the pink one. This one's not as, I don't reach for this one as much as I reach for Cotton Candy Skies, but it's still a good palette. So both of these came out first, and they were just like the lone solo kind of palettes. Like, it was just these, nothing else. Just these two. And then recently, like I said, they came out with their Blush Hour. This says Velvet Hues Heavenly Blooms. And I don't remember when this exactly came out. As always, I'll put everything down below. And it says Blush Midi Palettes. And it says from Daydream to Dusk, 2 palettes made for endless moods. Each palette pairs buildable powders, radiant blush highlighters, and dewy creams for a flush that fits everyone. So they have this really big box. It's really fancy. It almost feels like a PR kind of box. I don't want to say it completely feels luxurious, but it definitely feels very extra. So when you open it up, you'll find the palettes in here. I've taken the palettes out right now, but we have the Velvet Hues and Heavenly Blooms, and you can see there all that information and the shades that are in that one, and then the one down here. So we have kind of a similar kind of thing. We have one that's a little bit more orange leaning, and one that's a little bit more pink leaning. This pink is definitely more of a berry purple. This is almost like a more tan, orangey, salmon orange kind of color. But we'll see when we open them. So I've been using these for the past couple weeks. So there's not going to be, I think, too much of a difference on this, really. Let's start with, yes, okay, there's like a little bit of a dip. Not too bad. Covering it up with a receipt, but here we go. These are the shades. This is, let's see, who is she? Girl, who is she? This is Velvet Hues. These are Velvet Hues. Soft statement making. Velvet Hues delivers a full range of, the back is like disappeared. Very inspired color and 3 easy textures. So we have All Yours, a muted raspberry cream blush. Cherish, a light plum blush lighter with rose gold shimmer. Dawn, a satin berry powder blush. So these are supposed to be more berry toned, more raspberry, more plum. And you can see, I think this is this my preferred? Like, you can tell that I really dug in there. Like, there's a dip in there. Oh, I got to pull up my sleeve. Pull up my sleeve. I'm going to flip it around this way just to make it easier. This feels so creamy. Since it's newer, it is so much creamier. This matte blush also looks like it has a little bit of satin vibe in it, a little bit of sparkle, but not a lot. And then this is crazy. So you have all 3 shades there. You can see my fingers are starting to stain. But here we have the cream. So beautiful and creamy. Oh. Then we have the powder blush. And then we have the highlighter. And this is another kind of, again, pinky kind of color. I think this might be, again, the one that's better fitting for lighter skin. But let's open up that other one. Heavenly Blooms. It says Heavenly Blooms. Trio of blooming blushes in warm peachy pink tones. Okay, so we have a rosy, let's see if I can talk while no, this has to be the lighter one. Okay, so that one's for more deeper skin. This is definitely the lighter one. So in this one, it says Serene, a rosy peachy nude cream blush. Ethereal, an antique rose blush highlighter with a soft shimmer. And then we have Whisper, a rosy peach powder blush. So this definitely, now that I've opened this one up, this is the lighter one, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see. This looks a lot lighter than the other one. Let's just open both up for comparison. Yeah. Yeah, this is, so Heavenly Blooms. Heavenly Blooms would be for light to medium. This one over here, which is the Velvet Hues would be more for medium to deep, is my recommendation if you wanted something to maybe match your skin a little bit better. But as always, wear what you want. This is so cute. This is definitely very soft, romantic kind of rose colors. But it also feels a little bit orangey salmon to me. We'll see when we swatch it. So maybe that's what they were doing. Since they had a light pink and a darker orange before, maybe they're doing a darker pink and a lighter orange now. So that would be really nice. That's kind of cool. So this one, you can see I have, funny enough, I haven't even reached for this one as much. There's not much of a dip in the cream in this one. But you can totally tell I 100% went on town with the blush lighter on this. And then the powder on here doesn't look too used. So 3, very light. I wish I had known. I would have started with this lighter one first, because now my fingers are stained. And I don't know if you can tell how light it is. Okay. There's the cream. Here's the powder. Maybe grab a little bit more powder. There's the powder, and then here is the blush lighter. And I hope everyone can see what I mean when I'm talking about a highlighting blush. This is more of what I was expecting, honestly. Let's see if I can bring this lighting a little bit closer. That's too bright. There we go. From above, perhaps. I'm hoping that's close enough. I do get a few quiet comments every once in a while saying, thank you so much for doing a close-up. You're the only person I've seen do a close-up of the product. So when I can, I do try to do a close-up, but sometimes I feel like I'm doing it too close, and I'm like, do people care how close I'm getting? Or do they want to see it a little bit from more further away to see the difference? These almost feel like a little bit apricot. It's still very like lightly romantic rose. I think what you can see is that this orange is definitely the darkest of the four. And then we have, this is like neon. This is super bright. This is like, I think, our dragon fruit phase that we all loved so much. Everyone was doing like this bright guava dragon fruit kind of color. But these last two that they came out with are definitely a little bit more everyday versus a bright orange and bright kind of dragon fruit color. But I absolutely love these products. These are in my everyday bucket all the damn time. I really, really love these products. That's why I kind of wanted to bring them out and finally talk about them, because I finally now have gotten the chance to try all four that they have of these Midi palettes. They do have cream blush singles, which I also have, but I haven't gotten around to yet. But let me know if you've tried this product yet. I really love it. I absolutely recommend it. Ofra Cosmetics cream blushes put me on into cream blushes in the first place. I really love these products. I feel like I absolutely stand by these products. These are so good. Other than that, y'all have a great day.